Hello, seventh grade. I hope you enjoyed your week and a half, close to 2 week, no homework assignment due to all those interims, but those are over. Yeah. But moving forward, as I let every one of you know, your second quarter assignments will be much more challenging, and there will be a lot more work, and the pace is going to be moving faster. We have to get you prepared not only for eighth grade, but we also have to get you prepared for the seventh grade M-STEP science test in April. So, as I warned all of you in the past, in the first quarter, your homework assignments mirrored what we were doing in class. Now we're going to be moving in a different direction. Our assignments are going to be more of a review slash pre-assignments for what we're going to be doing in class in later times. So it's a way to get you to have the background knowledge that you should have already had, and now it's going to get you to the point where when we're doing it in class, it's going to be much more familiar. So I highly recommend that you take this time to really do what I've asked you to do, which is chunk out your week with trying to do the assignment. Don't try and do all these assignments all at the same one sitting. You're going to go crazy if you do that. It's too much to do in one sitting. So, moving forward, we have two websites that we're going to be exploring. The first one is a little bit of an interactive, and it's as you can see, we're going to be going into the electromagnetic spectrum, wavelengths. These are your vocabulary words that you're going to need to know. I'm going to want you to write those down, and from the work, get your own definitions for it. So moving forward, here's your interactive electromagnetic spectrum, and this is what that's going to look like. And here we have a website that is demonstrating the electromagnetic spectrum. So these are all these different types of wavelengths, and you got your radio waves, your microwaves, your infrared waves. This is the only light that we see, which is visible light. All right, these are the only kind of waves we see. And then we got your ultraviolet, your X-ray, and your gamma rays. These are all the different types of the distance between each wavelength in meter. So 10 to the 0 power would be 1 meter from wavelength to wavelength. And once we get down to the negative ones, we're getting much smaller than that. Frequency, it talks about 10 to the 6 power, so this is much bigger in hertz, and your energy levels increase. So everything is increasing except for wavelength. Wavelength, as you move across, it's decreasing. So all you gotta do, as the directions say, slowly drag and release a green arrow below to view EM wavelengths. And so you take your little green arrow, you click on it, little green line shows up, and it shows on the bottom what that wavelength looks like right down here. And this is radio waves. They're very far apart, very spread out, very low on the energy chart. But as we move across, your wavelengths change and your energy levels increase each time. As we move, we move, we move. As you see, those wavelengths are getting closer together, and your frequencies are getting bigger, and your energies are getting larger. And we're just moving across all the way till we get to the strongest wavelength, which is gamma rays. As it says up here, if you stop at each one, it'll give you a little, in a nutshell, what that wavelength is and what it does. So that is that website. Now, there isn't really any assignment to go with that. It's just a visual guide to give you a better understanding. This is the chunk of your work. So under each bullet point are questions that need to be answered. Now I have it broken up into chunks, which, as I said, is recommended for you to do. Your first one's radio waves and these questions, microwaves and these questions, infrared and these questions, visible light and these questions, ultraviolet and these questions, x-rays and these questions, and gamma rays and these questions. So it's pretty self-explanatory just looking at that. Now, when you go on this website, this is the website where you're going to get all of your information for each of these waves. And I'm going to take you to the website so you can see how to navigate through to find that information. So if you just click on the link, this is the exact place that you're going to be taken to. And there's a lot of visual cues as well as explanations of what everything means. Okay, crest to crest is your wavelength, trough to crest is your frequency. Here's an example of your wavelengths. Okay, these little things on the bottom represent how small the width from wavelength to wavelength it is. They say length, but okay. So you would click on each of these on the bottom: radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, x-rays, and gamma rays, to get all of that information. As I clicked on gamma rays, it's going to tell you what all that means. And here it is. So you're going to get all your information from that. It's some pretty interesting stuff, and it gives you a lot of information about the impact that these waves have on us, as well as how scientists use these different wavelengths to study the universe all around us. But we also use it in different ways. We also use it in terms of medicine, and as you can see, military satellites use them. So there's a lot of neat information about how we have tapped into this for thousands of years. We never knew about it. Energy field. Okay, so we use these tools to help us. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I know this is kind of lengthy, but I'm sure everyone is going to be on their best to do it, because as we all know, it is out there for you to learn. You're going to be expected to know this, and I know every one of you is going to try your best to do it. Just the only recommendation I have is to keep it organized and to chunk out your work. Don't try and do it all on Thursday night before it's due on Friday. You will have heart failure. Okay? Just pace yourself. Okay. And I believe that's it. All right. I will see you all on Monday. Bye.